Hello, I present to you the contraceptive pill. Let's take a look inside. You get 3 packs of 3 weeks of taking a pill. You take it every single day and then you have a week off. And in that week off you might experience withdrawal bleeding, which is similar to your period. Ever since its introduction into mainstream society in the 1960s, the pill has been seen as a way for people to practice their deepest sexual desires without the fear of pregnancy, and although it doesn't protect you from STIs, the pill does have many other benefits. It can help control acne, it can help lower heavy flow, and it can reduce pain in periods. And it's also very good if you want to skip a period. You can skip up to 2 periods before you start to get breakthrough bleeding, usually. And usually the pill contains a combination of estrogen and progesterone. I don't know how you say that second one. Who is texting me? Oh no. Oh, it's my boyfriend. Later, bitch. So it has 2 different hormones in it which help monitor, will regulate the amount of hormones, and it kind of tricks your body into thinking something. If you have a high risk of blood clots, you can also instead take the mini pill, which is only 1 hormone, and the risk of blood clots is greatly reduced. And unsurprisingly, a lot of women in the modern age over 16 are on the pill. Now, I asked around my friends, just having a little chat, and most of them said to me that they'd been on the pill in the past or they were currently on the pill, and that's just crazy. Like, we live in a very sexual society. But today I want to talk about my experience with the pill and things that I wasn't told when I went on it at first, because there are side effects and I think people should be aware of them. Yeah, there are good side effects and yes, there are bad side effects. Mine were mostly negative. But I just want to say the pill affects everyone differently. I first went on a pill about 9 months ago, and it wasn't this one. It was a very similar one to this one. It was pink, had the same hormones in, and I noticed a slightly low mood. So I changed and I went on to this one. Did my boobs grow? No. My periods were a lot less painful and a lot lighter. The second pill, the Loestrin, I was on for 6 months. And in these 6 months, I experienced the worst symptoms of anxiety and depression I've ever had in my life. I mean, the most disruptive emotional state, and I found my day-to-day activities were increasingly difficult. I didn't feel in control of my emotions or my physical state. Or on the other end of the spectrum, I would feel so empty and emotionless and had no motivation or appetite whatsoever, and I'd just lie on my bed. There are a few days where I just lay on my bed for hours and did nothing except stare at the wall. And I put this all down to the pill because beforehand, none of my symptoms were this severe. Even the smallest thing felt like the end of the world to me, and I'd often spiral from one single negative thought into an abundance of negative thoughts. Second semester at uni, I began to skip days because I felt so bad, and in first semester, my attendance was near perfect, and I also had thoughts of self-harm, but again, mental health is something I'd like to address in more detail, perhaps in another video. Just know that the pill affected my mental health very negatively, and it also meant when I was drinking alcohol as well, my mental health would often spiral again, come off this pill, so I've noticed an improvement in all of these symptoms. So my question is, why are these side effects not addressed more openly? Why didn't my doctor tell me? The first time I asked for contraception, they obviously give you the cheapest one in interest of saving money. The guy gave me this massive leaflet, and he said, if you want to read this and consider getting the pill, but then he just gave me the pill anyway, which I don't really know how I feel about that. He didn't really advise me in terms of options. I know there are non-hormonal methods of contraception, but they're a bit minging. I've heard many women complain of having mental health issues because of whatever pill they are on. Not even just the pill, something like the implant. I knew a friend that had increasing mood swings, and she actually ended up bleeding for 3 or 4 weeks in a row because this pill, the hormones were messing up her body so much that it just kind of had a snowball effect and everything got worse until she had to have it removed. Is this really the price that I would have to pay for the protection against pregnancy if I didn't want to use a condom? Why isn't there more efforts focusing on improving this for women? I did read an article a few weeks back about them developing a male contraceptive pill, but they cancelled it because of the severe side effects, which I think were mostly relating to mood, and that pissed me off because, come on, I hit rock bottom when I was on this pill. Why isn't that being written in an article, you know? I really hope that in the future they can develop a male contraceptive pill so the burden of taking hormones isn't always on the female, because it's unfair, in my opinion. And I know this is turning into a feminist rant, but guess what? I'm a feminist. So on a whole, I would say the pill can sometimes change you for the better and sometimes for the worse. Some girls experience a lift in their mood. It really depends on your body and how it reacts to these hormones. But to be honest, if a guy you're with asks you to go on a pill so he doesn't have to wear a condom because it feels better without it, just tell him to fuck off. That is all for this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I just want to say thank you for watching. See you next time.